Hi, Assalamualaikum. Today, we present about the final project Diploma in Civil Engineering on study on level productivity rate for conventional construction trade. Okay, the presenter today which is me, Alif Irfan bin Ahmad, Nur Ashikin binti Muhammad Azhari and Nurul Syahirah binti Abdul Rahim. Okay, we go for the introduction. First, general construction industry face a lot of change regarding to the problem associated with productivity. The labor productivity rate is one of the most important factor affecting the overall performance of any organization, either large or small construction project. The second one is the performance of labor is affected by many factors and usually linked to the performance of time, cost and quality. Okay, the second one is Instansi 2009 has been stated that Malaysian construction industry has experienced numerous cases of project delays and cost overrun that have led to additional project costs and impact negatively on the sector. Assessment and the improvement in productivity is crucial for labor-intensive process at the construction site. Okay, and the last one is construction industry is one of the industry that play an important role in developing economy sector and also the development of the country. Although the construction industry contributes to the development, but at the same time, this is not an environmental friendly activity because a lot of problem may exist if the progress and development of this industry are not well planned. Okay, for the next slide is problem statement. Labor is an individual who plays an important role in the construction industry, especially for manual work that require precision and apprentice. The Construction Industry Development Board or CIDB has compiled a list of generic workers involved in conventional construction along with the estimate wage. CIDB does not provide a list of productivity generated for an hour. Without a complete list, it difficult for the contractor to go through the binding process of a project. There are lists of manual work in construction with the average of workers. However, this data does not require the productivity rate for the construction project. Okay, lack of productivity standard and declining productivity rate of major problem in the construction industry. This will also cause delays in the construction project and productivity rate will be reduced. This research only focus on rate of productivity that can generate in conventional construction. Okay, the research objectives that identify are: first is to identify the basic labor category in conventional construction that available in Malaysia. Second is to analyze labor productivity in terms of work experience and productivity. Okay, the next slide is scope of study. This research was conducted to study labor productivity of a conventional construction at a site. The finding of this research we obtained through the site of construction at Johor. Data we obtained from observe the worker doing any conventional construction worker over a period of 5 minutes called 5-minute rating. The design of this research used the raw data obtained from unpublished report by CIDB because the ongoing worldwide pandemic of coronavirus disease 2019. The study also selected several employers with different background in terms of experience for observation and interviews. Okay, for the next slide is construction industry. Construction industry has assumed the important role in generating wealth and improving the quality of life through the government's socio-economic policies and economic infrastructure and buildings. Malaysia's construction industry is undergoing a traditional change for an industry conventional technology to a more systematic and mechanism system. This new system is now known as the Industrializer Building System or IBS. This IBS method of construction can increase productivity and quality of work through the use of better construction machinery, equipment, materials and intensive project planning. Okay, for a conventional construction method is a case inside construction method, composite method that fully prefabrication method and use timber as raw material involve intensively transportation activity on site. Conventional construction method is also known as traditional construction method which use wooden framework. Conventional construction work provide better negotiation change so as obtain the most competitive tender price appropriate to the developer's budget. Non-conventional method is known as ABS or Industrialist Building System, different with conventional construction system. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Ashikin binti Muhammad Azhari, and firstly, I want to explain about the 6 type of conventional construction labor that our discuss in our study. Okay, the first one is carpenter joinery. Okay, this is by joining pieces of wood to produce items such as interior and exterior doors, window, table, and others. Okay, the next one is carpenter former. Okay, this is specialist in formworks, a wooden frame of a building including wall, floor, stair, and column. Okay, the third one is barbender. Okay, barbender is a tradesman who cuts and bends metal bar and fix them in the concrete form to reinforce concrete. Okay, the next one is bricklayer. Bricklayer is one of the construction work to lay bricks to construct brickwork. Okay, the next one is plasterer. Okay, plasterer is for bonding between wall that is done with plaster for interior or exterior wall structure. Okay, the last one is concreter. Concreter is one who involved in the making of concrete. Okay, the next one is meaning of productivity. Okay, productivity is defined as a ratio between the output volume and the input volume. In other words, it measures how the efficiency of production. Okay, formula for labor productivity is total output is divided by the total productivity time in hour. Okay, for the labor productivity means getting more output from worker. It is about the efficiency of labor. Okay, for the conclusion, there are different types of worker in construction works activities that work within the scope of their work. Okay, next for the research method, we use 3 types of research method, which is document, observation, and also interview. Okay, for the document is method of collecting research data. Okay, for the observation is to obtain the primary data that's collected during the process of a particular research. Okay, then for the interview method have interviewers to collect information from the respondent. Okay, but due to this pandemic, this study cannot be done as planned because of the COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia that implemented the Movement of Control Order (MCO). Okay. Next, for research objective and methodology, we use 2 phases, which is the first phase is first objective, which is to identify the basic labor category in conventional constructions that available in Malaysia. Okay, this is method, qualitative methods, and data collection we use by secondary data and analysis by manual. Okay, the second phase is the second objective, which is to analyze labor productivity in terms of work experience and productivity. Okay, this is method used by qualitative and data collection also by secondary data. Okay, this is analyzed by manual agreements, frequency, and team analysis. Okay, next, for the instrument study, we use observation form, checklist, picture or photograph. Okay, for the research procedure are the main point that all the research need to before starting the research in order to gain the important data and information well organized. Okay, for the research location, this research will be carried out in construction site at Johor. Okay, for the data analysis, data will be analyzed to compare the finding of the study to the raw data obtained. Okay, this is done by determining whether our country's basic labor productivity rate is high or not. Okay, next, for the overall research procedure, we start by identify the study problem and objective. Then we move to the study cases, and next the literature review. Okay, then we move to the two, which is construction labor and also productivity rate. Okay, next, productive observations in construction site, and then prepare the observation form and checklist. Okay, for this observation form and checklist, if it's accepted, we can continue the next step, but if it's not accepted, we should repeat the same step. Okay, next we move to the collect all the study data, and next, reinvestigate the result of the data. Next, analysis the data, and lastly, make a discussions, suggestion and conclusion. Okay, for the COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia issues, this is our Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin made an official speech about the preventions and control infection disease for the Movement Control Order, which is MCO or PKP, Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan. Okay, due to this pandemic, this study cannot be done as planned, such as making observation and interview at construction site. So the study has to extract and analyze the raw data obtained from unpublished report by CIDB. Okay, data analysis and result. Okay, based on the raw data obtained, respondents are generally from labor from site located at Taman Tasik Indah, Kluang, Johor. Okay, this including 3 contractors, which is main contractor, subcontractor and nominated subcontractor. Okay, this project also run about 10 years starting on 2015 until 2023. Okay, this study included totally 20 workers for 5 different types of work. Okay, for demographic information from respondent, information was separated into the nationality, citizen, age, years of experience, productivity rates, and productivity rates. Therefore, the difference in age, CLQ turnover, as well as difference in work experience show the productivity data result for each works based on the types of work.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Rusha Ibrahim. Today I am going to continue the presentation about overall labor productivity rate for each type of labor. And as you can see, some of this labor was observed for 4 times and some of them just 1 time. And this observation was conducted for 5 or 10 minutes for 5 type of labor, which is concrete work, brickwork, carpenter, housekeeping and barbender. Comparison between labor productivity rate and experience. For example, we choose brickwork in Indonesia and Bangladesh. We have a same experience, which is 8 years, but different productivity, which is 360 brick per hour and 216 brick per hour. These 2 labor can be categorized as skilled labor due to their experience, and we compare with the age of labor. The Indonesia is 30 years old and Bangladesh is 43 years old, and we can see that Indonesia has more productivity rate between Bangladesh, and we can say that many factors affect the labor productivity rate, which is such as age of labor and maybe also their healthiness, because you can see the difference of the age and the difference of the productivity rate. Conclusion: measurement for productivity rate is really important to serve important information for smooth construction site and labor on performance for every conventional work. Productivity rate is one of the most important factors based on the labor category, which is experienced and unexperienced, or we can categorize it as semi-skilled and skilled labor. As we know, labor known as a party that perfect any work for construction site, same such as our study. Based on the data, this indicates that there are other factors that can affect the level productivity rate, such as age, healthiness, and maybe the environment at the construction, the work environment. This study has been disrupted for several months, and this study cannot be done continuously to the construction site due to the pandemic COVID-19. So we use the raw data that we obtained from unpublished report by the IDB. Measuring the rate of labor productivity, especially in conventional construction, become important because it is the easiest way for the contractor to evaluate and determine how much work a laborer can produce. This is important for the process of estimation for the completion duration for the project. So that's why the productivity rate of labor is very important. Measurements are important in effort to increase labor productivity and increase operational elasticity in terms of manpower consumption and predetermine construction time. When making observation and recording labor productivity data, if the actual productivity is greater than the estimate productivity, then the actual activity time is better than the planning time. Recommendation: the study had to use raw data that obtained from unpublished report by ZDB due to the COVID-19 pandemic occur while in the process of completing the study. So, if in future there is no time constraints, so the researcher can use the usual method, which is observation and interview at the construction site. But this is the some of the recommendation, which is first one is the future researcher can improve the research framework used by taking the result into account of the study. Future research can compare the result of the productivity rate study with the estimate result obtained from CIDB in future. Okay, like this study, we used the raw data obtained from unpublished report by CIDB. So maybe in future, CIDB already published their data. So the next researcher can compare their result with the CIDB data. Subsequent study may continue the study of labor productivity rate by adding some other type of conventional labor to be studied further. Future researchers should be more accurate when recording data, especially for complex conventional work, and also record the labor background. Future researchers also can add a few information such as the factor that affect the labor productivity rate that can be obtained from the questionnaire or interview session with the labor. Future researchers can reduce the number of type of labor to be observed, but increase the number of construction sites so that the result of labor productivity rate will be more accurate, and also the researcher can compare the result. These 5 and 6 are very linked to each other. For example, we use only 2 type of labor, which is brick work and concreter, but many site construction, maybe 6 or 7 site construction. So after we get the result, we get the data, we can compare why is the productivity rate at construction A is more than productivity rate at construction D. So we can know the reason by doing the questionnaire and interview session from with the labor. So we can get what is the factor that affect the productivity rate. Set up database for this labor productivity rate to facilitate certain parties such as contractor to estimate project cost and to get other information needed. That's why this study need to be conduct very serious and very accurate, because this data might be useful to other people who need, such as contractor, to make estimation for the project cost. Okay, this is some of our reference that we use in order to complete this study, and we also already achieved the 2 main objectives, which is to know the list of conventional construction, and we know this we achieved this objective from the IDB my entry C, and the second one is we know the productivity rate in terms of age, experience, and the background of the labor, and it has achieved with this study. I think that's all from us, and hashtag stop COVID-19, stay safe, stay calm, and thank you.